Mauritania, the president set agenda for the year 2020 in less than 6 months after he was elected. Mauritanian President Mohamed Ould Cheikh Al Ghazouani has consolidated his grip on power, leaving on the sidelines his predecessor and one-time mentor, Mohamed Ould Abdel Aziz, a Saudi who ran the African desert country for 10 years. His victory at the poll in June became little more than a formality once he had enough support nationwide from the Union for the Republic, a party founded by Aziz in 2009, who won his first 5-year term that year. The change of the regime was the first transfer of power between two elected heads of state in the vast Sahara nation on Africa's Atlantic coast, which was taken by multiple political troubles from 1978 to 2008. Apart from being a great strategist and his capacity to listen, President Ghazouani has convinced everybody, including the opposition. Nobody speaks anymore of the other President Aziz, his predecessor, except on social media. Aziz ruled Mauritania with an iron rod, jailing senators who opposed his abolition of the U.S. expensive upper house after a controversial in 2017 referendum in which a majority of 85% was officially held to agree with him. In contrast, President Ghazouani has given repeated signs of being open to contrary views at the same time as he's broadened his political support base. But fresh elections are a long way off, with parliamentary, regional, and district poll in 2020, and the next presidential race not until in 2024. In Cameroon, President Paul Biya gave a great message and the country celebrated his independence. 60 years ago, on January 1st of 1916, Cameroonian Prime Minister Amadou Ahidjo proclaimed the independence of the country. Behind the songs, the party, and the parade, it is a Cameroon in the state of war which accedes to international sovereignty. Several historical words have revealed over the past few years how the French authorities sought at the time to grant independence in an attempt to marginalize and then eliminate the independence movement UPC, Union of Population of Cameroon. And 16 years later, the history of this period remains unknown in France as in Cameroon. According to Alice Com, a Cameroonian lawyer who fights for human rights in the country, the independence of Cameroon, proclaimed on January 1, 1916, has in fact never really been achieved. The head of state, President Paul Biya, addressed the nation in his traditional end-of-year speech, in which he called on Cameroonians to remain steadfast and join him in promoting peace, and Professor Maurice Kamto did the same and was highly followed. In Guinea-Bissau, former Prime Minister Embalo with presidential election. Former Guinea-Bissau Prime Minister Umaru Sissoco Embalo has been elected president after winning a horn of votes against another ex-prime minister. The 47-year-old beat rival Domingo Simão Pereira by about 54% to 46%, the Electoral Commission announced. Mr. Pereira vowed to contest the result, alleging electoral fraud. Mr. Embalo has said he wants to resolve political tension in the West African country, which has been 9 coups or attempted coups since 1974. Incumbent President Jose Mario Vaz crashed out of the election in the first round in November. He was the first head of state to carry out his term without being either deposed or assassinated, but his tenure was marred by issues including political infighting and widespread allegations of corruption.